Good evening, dandies. Welcome to Undetermined, the podcast.
And we're rolling.
Cool.
Rolling pro.
Cool, yeah.
Pro.
Get straight to that product endorsement.
Yeah.
Nerd.
We were looking to consume some of your product today. We went to Beer Fest this afternoon. You ever been to that here in Columbia?
I haven't actually, but it looks like an awesome event.
Is Beer Fest today?
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
It was today.
Oh, Longbow did the Falling Fences thing today. I know. Was that part of it?
Yeah. Yep. They did Falling Fences today. That one got my vote, actually. They give you like a bottle cap and you can vote for your favorite beer or whatever. That one got mine this year.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, we were looking for the Rollin' Pro. They didn't have it today, and
Macadoodles.
Macadoodles got it.
They had
Okay.
on tap and flyover today, too. We drank some of that.
Oh, did they? Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they told me like bigger stores and stuff we could get it, so we were gonna pick some up. But yeah, they didn't have it today. So what's the deal on the run on that? He said they're doing it. I could hardly hear him in there. It's so loud. He said they're doing like a run every year or something like that.
Well, we hope so. It
Depends on if we're still a band next year. Then, they'll be able to do it again.
You think that's gonna matter?
Right.
No, man. Yeah, I went to see like the Many Killer Death like a week after it rose too, and everybody was asking about it. It's like, Kenny Rollin' Pro.
we sold 4 kegs at the single release party.
Did you? Right on.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I just drank most of that.
You did.
Yeah.
Sold, quote unquote. All right. Well, man, I think you guys sound all right if you can tolerate, handing off the phone and mic and everything. It sounds good to me.
Yeah, actually, we can actually hear you pretty decent right now that we aren't upstairs with all the ladies and stuff screaming.
Yeah. We had to do the same.
Yeah.
We were running a little behind because it was like, put the kids to bed and shit. It's like, kept stomping up and down the stairs.
John and I don't usually get to do this in the same room with each other, so this is a little weird. We're staring at each other right now. It's a little...
It's weird.
Actually, we're sitting like really close to each other right now. Like,
Uncomfortably close.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Because we're
It's a little too intimate, honestly, for me.
both not wearing pants.
Yeah, we've done this just a couple of times, like the same, in room, and it's like we're looking over each other's shoulders. We don't make eye contact.
Right.
Our knees are touching each other. Yeah. Devil's twosome, your buddy. So anyway, before we get in the weeds on that,
Yep.
who are we talking to tonight?
This is Jason. I play guitar.
And it's BC. I yell and stuff.
Yeah,
Cool.
and sing pretty
Yeah.
good too. Don't mind
Holler
dying.
about stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Area legends. You guys have been around for a while. I think everybody knows you.
Yeah, well,
Pretty
everybody in
much
this
in
town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's probably sick of us and wants to get the hell out of here by now,
yeah, I don't think so. Well, I've been trying to spread it around, man. People, I know a few people outside the area and stuff who've really dug your shit and really like what you're doing. Hell, I do. I know that. Talking about that new single, put a lot of production work in that. It's a little bit different for you guys.
Man, yeah, our drummer actually really got real focused on this one because he wanted the percussion to have some crazy shit going on, and he was like, "We got to get horns too, man. We got to do this shit." And we were like, "All right, let him run with it. Let's see what happens." And it ended up sounding awesome, so we were happy with the product.
We ended up with exactly 69 tracks of audio on the recording.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that many.
there's
Jesus fucking
60.
Christ.
Well, I mean,
It's
there's
like a fucking Queen album or something.
there are a lot of those tracks that have
Yeah.
4 seconds of actual recorded audio at some point. But yeah, 69 tracks.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
crazy. Well, I actually know Brian. I was kind of bummed that he's not able to join us. We kind of go back. Our wives met each other at the park,
Oh, nice.
and our kids got along. So
That's where he's at right now. He's hanging with his wife and kids right now.
at the park.
Well,
I don't know if they're at the park.
I hope not at 10:30.
I think they might be at his mom and dad's or
Okay.
something. She probably had dinner there.
Well, my best to them.
Yeah. We've never really hung out. I've met BC a few times just around. Shit, I can remember going years ago and you being at East Side a lot,
Oh, yeah. Well, hell, I worked there for 8 years, man.
hanging out there. Yeah, bartending and working there with Pants and those guys. Been a while since I've been there though. My wife doesn't let me out enough. But yeah, seen you around a lot and working with Interstellar Overdrive too. I think it was the last time I was doing some covers with them. And
Man, I think I might be doing that again. You know, if they're doing the wall again, I might get to be able to do the Bob Geldof dictator part again, which was
that was a good show.
that was really fun doing that. Getting to do like musical theater type stuff.
Yeah, the theatrics were fun.
I thought I'd be awful at, but it turns out
it was great. It was a great performance. I wasn't even looking for that. Like when I went, I mean, I knew those guys can kick ass on covering Floyd, but I just, wasn't expecting all that much of the theatrics and everything. It was really cool performance.
How long do they plan on all of that? That had to be a lot of work just setting up for that show.
Dude, talking about Interstellar Overdrive.
Oh yeah, shit. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That show usually starts at about 11 o'clock in the morning and ends somewhere between 2 and 3 the next morning. As far for getting everything set up and torn down.
Right, set up and break down and
wow. Yeah, it was cool to see like the last time seeing the choir kids, like local.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. We're going to do that again this time. I don't know how many kids we've gotten signed up, but that's the plan at least to do that this time too.
Do I get to be the dictator again?
Yes.
Yay.
You should practice.
Right on.
Shit, man.
Yeah, that was cool, man. Those kids were having a blast too. It's like you could tell they were having fun. They're like, I get to be out at the Blue Note 1 in the morning.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome for them. It adds a whole nother element to our show. It's a good time.
Yeah, I was always real appreciative of the putting up. Yeah, you got my dad's photo in there, Ron Hammond, who's for Wish You Were Here when you guys do the tribute. That's a really sweet, touching thing that you guys do for all your local fans. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man, that's really
they do it for my family too. Man. That's my nephew up on that screen sometimes too.
Unfortunately for me, there's a few my friends on there too, and they are right before I have to sing the high harmony part on the last verse, and I've never done it. I've not done it right yet, so. Voice kind of goes away with the tears a bit.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
But yeah, it's funny. I had that even for like my wallpaper on my website for a while. It was just that, dad up there. People were like, oh, did you Photoshop that? And it was like, no. It's like these guys, I sent it to them and they put it up there on stage.
Nice.
Yeah. We just lost them a couple years ago and he was a huge fan.
Yeah. We went to a couple of shows.
Yeah. Big fan, big Floyd fan. And then, he never could get a ticket to go see them, but then saw Interstellar. And he was just like, oh man, that was great. So we went to like 3 or 4 before we passed.
Well, that's awesome, man. That makes me happy.
If you guys are bored, on March 21st, we're doing a thing at the Blue Note with a bunch. Well, you from Interstellar and Allie from Interstellar. Yeah. We're going to play the whole Rolling Stones Exile Main Street album in its entirety one time only. And Byron actually is going to be doing a Cream thing right before us doing the opening thing. So it's just going to be like a weird one-time off show. Because we do weird shit like that. Like we did Ziggy Stardust one time. And Twice. Well, that's because he died like 10 days after we fucking did the show.
Oh, no.
That was terrible. So hopefully if we play the show, like fucking Keith or Mick ain't going to die. So if we kill him off, man, it's going to be our
Nothing's going to kill those guys, man. I swear, if they're not already dead.
We'll all be dead before Keith Richards. Keith Richards will write all of our epitaphs.
My theory is he's already dead. He just doesn't know it yet.
Right? Nobody told him.
Once he gets clued in.
What are you doing over there, man? This guy's like ripping shit off his beer.
Cutting cans open with knives. Trying to get those last drops of Rolling Pro.
That's right. The Rolling Pro cans make nice little bumper stickers. So when you get done drinking a Rolling Pro can, you can take the sticker off and stick it on random shit. Yeah. In true white trash fashion, I've got Rolling Pro stickers on all the major appliances in my house.
Well, we need some of those.
Yeah. How many times you get a beer named after your fucking song?
It never happens. Your favorite brewery makes a beer dedicated to your band. It just doesn't happen that often.
Hell yeah.
Right. That's an amazing thing. Shit, that's got to be a dream come true.
Yeah.
And I hear it's really good beer, but yeah. So how did that come about?
Man, I feel like it was destined to happen because they got started right about the same time Don't Mind Dying got started. So we've kind of worked hand in hand.
And we've always been loyal.
We've always been loyal and heavy drinkers of their product.
Right.
Yeah. So
I've gained 57 pounds since they've started.
I remember one spring I actually gave up beer for just a little while to try to get a little bit healthier, and
their stock plummeted.
Actually, like they put out feelers from the tap room to make sure that I was doing okay because I hadn't been in there for a while. So,
You all right?
but yeah, they started about the same time that we did, and Judson, who is one of the owners of Logboat, used to manage at Rose, or it was Mojo's at the time.
Yeah.
When we first started playing there, so we've just known those guys and loved those guys, and we played.
Here's what honestly fucking happened.
Okay.
They came to the bar. I was working at the bar. They came in. We were drunk. We were talking shit, and we were like, man. We're like, they said something like, Don't Mind Dying's like the Columbia band. And we're like, fuck y'all, man. Y'all's like the beer that's should be like nationwide. And we were like, we all should be nationwide. Let's make a beer together. And we went, yay. And we were real drunk. And then they did it.
BC was the only one who was witness to that conversation, obviously.
Yeah.
Paul, Judd, and Nick.
Right.
It still sounds like one of those deals. Like sounds like a good idea at the time, and the next day they'd be like, "Nah." So yeah,
that's what I kept waiting for until I actually saw like the artwork happen. I was just waiting for it to be the case, but no, it actually happened. And
I'm hearing like a ZZ Top cover in this. So like, we're bad. We're nationwide.
No, that's funny. We were just when we were trying to get hooked up.
Oh, really?
We were watching that ZZ Top documentary on Netflix. So
any good?
Yeah,
we just played Brown Sugar when
we did.
First started.
Yeah. When we first started, we were actually the first time that we played Brown Sugar in Don't Mind Dying practice was the day that the strap locks on my Les Paul failed, and my Les Paul broke the headstock off. I think about that every time I hear that song.
Like
the strap lock brand, because I've got a few of those.
No, it was I don't use them anymore. It was the Dunlop brand.
Oh, okay.
And it turns out you got to keep those things greased up or they will fail, and they did.
Wow. I had no idea. I thought those things were good to go. I'll have to watch that shit.
Yeah, man, like the ones with the little push button
that's
on
what
them.
I've got.
You got to keep them lubed up, or they will fail after. And I have really corrosive sweat, and it was funny because it was just me and BK in the practice room, and we were talking about playing that song, and I was like reaching to pick something up, and he's like, "Do you need a guitar stand?" And I'm like, "No, I've got these strap locks. Nothing bad could happen." And right when I said that, it fell, and the headstock snapped right off.
Jesus Christ! Nightmare.
But fortunately, the I don't know his name, but the luthier that they had on staff at Will West in Jeff City put it back on, and it was like brand new. So
Wow!
Still use it today.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I buy cheap guitars just for that reason. I'm afraid I'll fuck them up. I'm sure I will. Plus, I'm a living room rock star, so I don't,
Sure.
Not like I'm, selling tickets. I don't have to worry about it. I had a strap pop off on my Explorer and did the same thing, fell, but it was out in the dirt, luckily, like in the front yard. Ran out there chasing my cat. Still had my guitar on.
Well, that's lucky.
Yeah.
That's lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. So as far as the song goes, the production on that, like Afrobeat drums, shit like that.
BK really took the ball and ran with this. That's a song that we wrote. It's kind of been around and been in the works for a few years now. We wrote it about when we went to South by Southwest 4 years ago now. And BK, our drummer, Brian Kent, really took the ball and ran with that in the studio and made it a completely different song than what we've been playing live for a couple of years now.
Yeah. Well, South by Southwest definitely making news this weekend.
Yeah, no kidding. I was thinking about that today, about how disappointed we would have been the year that we went if it would have gotten canceled a week ahead of time.
That's got to be heartbreaking for so many people that have worked so hard to get there.
Yeah.
The financial ramifications of it have just got to be huge.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many. There's like 2 South by Southwest. There's the big corporate South by Southwest, and those places are going to be fine. But
6th Street on the other end.
Right.
The other end is 6th Street, where all the awesome stuff happens.
Liberty and shit.
Liberty and what's the place where they do the Mid-Coast takeover?
Shanghai.
Yeah, Shangri-La. Those places are going to hurt because they make a ton of money that week of South by, and they're just not going to have that.
We've been kind of worried about our buddy. We're friends with Joe Lifto down there. You remember Mr. Lifto?
From
Jim Rose?
Jim Rose Circus. Sideshow.
No.
I saw Jimbo Circus like 5 times back in the day, man.
The dude,
I saw him with fucking Marilyn Manson and fucking 9 Inch Nails. And, oh, man, we saw him at the fucking Blue Note one time, man, with the... Who the fuck was it, man?
Yeah.
Who's with Jimbo? Oh, you weren't there. Jesus.
But
Hell, I can't remember who the fuck it was, but it was... But yeah, it was awesome and freaky every time. Fuck, they opened up for Tool one time, man.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. Mr. Lifto, he's the one that, he'd lift up cinder blocks with his junk or...
Yeah,
with the fucking balls and shit.
Oh, I saw that guy. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's running a bar in Austin.
yeah. He's ripped his dick open before with lifting beer kegs and shit with it. Empties and fulls. Guy can lift a full beer keg with his nipples. Chains and hooks.
Yeah, that's above and beyond the Call of Duty right there.
Or below, I think.
It's pretty amazing. It's an amazing feat.
I got to lift kegs a lot, man, and I've tried to with my dick before, but a lot of times when you're on hard drugs, you can't get that damn thing to work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm kidding. I've been on hard drugs a long time. I'm married.
Right.
Yeah.
That stops it.
Wife is not down with that.
Yeah, we know a lot of people down in Austin. In fact, like I've heard from a couple who are just like Austin bands, like Curse Mackey is still playing down there. I guess Phil Owen, Skating Eggs, those guys are. I think they've still got shows around there that they're going to play.
Well, they're already down there.
They're already down there, and it's kind of their justification. Is just like hey, we're local bands anyway. We'd be playing here anyway. Show up or don't. But, I don't know, man. The coronavirus thing, it's fucking, I don't know. I'm sure it's overinflated, but goddamn, I think the big thing is we don't know.
If they cancel the fucking Rolling Stones in St. Louis, and then it's serious.
Oh, yeah.
If Keith Richards won't show up because of coronavirus, shit's gone wrong.
If Keith Richards won't show up, don't leave your house.
Right.
It's not safe.
Yeah, I don't know what the chicken or the egg thing was on that shit. Whether it was just like, because we were watching it kind of roll in, and it was like Tool canceled, then Beastie Boys canceled, and like Korn canceled. And we're like, okay, is it, all the bands are canceled, and they're just like, fuck it, and, throw the whole thing away, or were they planning on doing it anyway? I don't know. It's probably not a good idea to have, I don't know, like, shit. How many people do they usually draw in every year?
100,000.
100,000?
I read an article today. It said 100,000.
Really? That's
What,
all?
Stones?
I'm kind of surprised it's not more.
At South by.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. No, man, there's more than that. Southwest, man. There's got to be.
There's like
100,000 Columbia for True Falls Festival.
It seems like, yeah.
There's 2 South bys, so you got to remember that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Well, and you're probably counting ticket sales. You're not counting all the tourists and everything else. But yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I think Austin was like anything that's going to bring in like over 3,000 people to one place or whatever they said.
Yeah.
That they're just.
Yeah, they're going to start playing NBA games and NHL games to empty arenas.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. There were rumors about like canceling March Madness and shit.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of money lost, man.
We're all going to get it. It's not going to go away. So.
Right. Well, and the thing is, like I read an article today, it's like Kansas City, what was it? The whole metro area has like 5 testing kits or some shit. So
yeah, exactly.
And Missouri's got the idea licked. It's like all you got to do is just keep your numbers down. Just don't test anybody for it. We won't know.
Right.
We haven't had any positive tests. We haven't had any negative ones.
So what you really need to do is just start licking more butthole, because then your immune system is so fucking high charged for fighting off all the germs of licking buttholes that you don't have to worry about anything.
BC actually has his MD from Johns Hopkins, so he's very well versed in all things medical.
Buttholeology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who fucking knows? I mean, who's got
I'm a proctologist. I don't even know what that means, but it sounded awesome. That's a new song title, Proctologist.
Proctologist.
Write it down, bro.
Can't wait.
Yeah. This is where ideas come from.
That's right.
We're done.
We should actually release an album that is nothing but the working titles of all of the songs that we've released.
We will go to jail.
There are some repugnant song working titles. The only Don't Mind Dying song working title that's actually stuck around is Moroccan Lollipop. Don't ask us what that means, because we're required by law to not discuss that.
No, man, we still called No Reason, but we shortened it.
We did, but that's the whole other part of that. No Reason was originally, there's no reason to put that cheese grater so close to my wiener.
And that's a great title.
Unfortunately, it just got shortened to No Reason.
There you go.
Yep. Well, how'd you come up with the name of the band?
Me, Robert Johnson, man. On what's the song? Travel. No, it's Walking Blues.
Okay.
And then it's just been used throughout the blues all the times. And when you think about it, it's like don't mind dying works in so many things. I don't mind dying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just accept, and we're all gonna die. So don't mind what happened.
Right.
It's acceptance. That's all it is.
Right. Yep.
Robert Johnson had it right.
Yeah, he did. So was that some of your big influence growing up? You think more of a blues guy or more of a rock guy? What do you?
I don't know. I love Slayer more than anything.
Yeah.
I love Slayer and Stevie Wonder, and that's all other music sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody in this band has a different influence of music that is so important to them, and I think that's part of what makes us work. BC comes from a very hardcore metal. I come from kind of a blues and pop background. BK is Nico McBrain.
See, he turned me on to punk rock when we was kids, man. I got turned on a Black Flag by BK and Shane Black.
Yeah.
And they turned me on a Black Flag when I was like 14, 15 years old, and we lost our shit on that.
Yeah.
You got Travis, who's a classically trained pianist that's infatuated with jazz, so he adds a whole different element to our sound.
Oscar Peterson, man, that motherfucker. Now I got a new appreciation for jazz because of his ass for damn shit. That guy's like Eddie Van Piano.
Yeah. Yeah. It always seemed, man, I like jazz, but it always seemed too smart for me in some ways.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I always thought that too, man. But then you hear certain things, you're like, oh shit, these motherfuckers they were on some serious dope.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers are fucked up, man. And I mean, they're tight and vicious and mean about it.
Right.
It's like, oh shit. It's Slayer just on the other end of
the spectrum.
the other end of the spectrum, I guess.
Yeah. No, I agree.
They've got that control and still be fluid. It's a real, man, how do you do that? It's really tough.
Yeah. It's a thinker. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we give metal enough credit and so much, in punk rock, things like that for being thinkers too. But I need to not do that to myself so much. I think just thinking that music is something, any form of it that is, beyond me. What do you enjoy?
Man, that's what I do. Actually, I do it even with my collection at home, man. I won't put anything really in categories. I just kind of put things that kind of go next to each other and stuff. Like,
Sure.
Like I said earlier, like Slayer and Stevie Wonder, it's just like, it's all music and it's all real music, Shit that makes you feel, that's my thing. If it makes you feel it, then it's probably important, and Slayer makes some people feel really uncomfortable, and that's good that music can actually make you feel that way.
Absolutely.
But it makes me feel happy and like I'm floating through a field and like mom's kissing me and stuff. I'm like, it's beautiful.
That's the thing. It's just any good art. I mean, just really should just make you feel something.
Exactly. Yeah. If you look at a picture and it makes you feel fucked up, you just saw a great artist.
Even if it's feeling uncomfortable or feeling weirded out or anything else, it made you feel something. That's the goal. And I think that, and we have kind of sometimes our time with that just because we talk to a lot of musicians and shit. It's like we try not to overanalyze the music. We just like to talk about your experiences. And
I don't know. I saw Roseanne Barr sing the national anthem. That made me pretty uncomfortable.
Is that art?
Do I call that art?
Jesus, that's
good point.
It was bad.
Oh, that hurts even thinking about it. It's like, Jesus. I don't even ever want to think about
Brought
that.
it all down. Sorry.
Well, let's say uncomfortable yet engaged.
Sure.
I guess that is a different thing. It's got to engage you too. That could engage you, I guess.
How bad's it gonna get?
Like watching a train wreck.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is this gonna go?
Oh, it's such a beautiful train wreck.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think one of the funny things about that is remembering that and how now that she's like the conservative darling or whatever, how nobody had a real problem with Roseanne now. At the time they were pissed. She screamed the national anthem or whatever, but I guess it's not as bad as kneeling.
Right.
But we won't get on a political tangent.
Do people really actually defend her?
No, not at the time, no.
Nobody defended Roseanne.
But since then,
Okay, I was gonna say, man, because
because she likes Trump.
Shit.
Oh no, conservatives defend her now.
Oh, they do?
Now,
yeah, she kind of is.
I guess I didn't pay attention because I was just always figured she was a racist piece of shit, and everybody knew that.
I don't know. I mean, she's had like a bad brain injury. But that that might excuse something.
Hard to say. Or does that just uncover something?
Yeah, it might explain it.
I'm pretty sure most people with racism probably will say at some point in time they had a bad brain injury in their existence because, you know, like, oh, man, your skin color is different. I hate your face.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm racist against Eskimos, man. They freak me the fuck out, man. They like eat seals and build igloos and shit. That shit freaks me out. But really, it's just me being ignorant to their ways and their culture, you know. But when I should embrace my love for them, but instead I have fear, like mortal fear of the Eskimo culture.
Of Eskimos.
I love them, though. I love you. Get people in Alaska. If you're listening to Alaska, I love you.
Yeah, you have to say Inuits.
We get a little inappropriate here. I was thinking earlier today, I was asking myself, what if Hitler was just looking for a high five? What if that's...
That's what I was going to say. Something like, I just mean the Eskimos in Alaska. I hate the white people in Alaska. I hate them. I hate their faces.
There you go.
Why you want to move to you're white? Why you want to live in fucking Alaska for, man? That's what fucking Eskimos.
They're running from something.
Jesus. Hell, you want to live in Alaska?
I think, there's a lot of like ex-cons and shit up there, I think, that are just running from something. Nobody's going to chase them up there.
Oh, yeah, I know. My ex-guitar player from Slug Trail lives there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Martin.
Yeah. That was an old joke, man. Man, I'm hotter than a crack pipe on payday on the 4th of July. That was the best one ever.
Yep. Nobody's going to extradite you. Nobody's going to fucking look for you up there.
That's right.
Good luck.
Yep. Have fun with that. Eat those salmon and shit. Whatever. We're not going up there. I think that's why a lot of them are up there. That'd be the only reason. Doesn't make much sense to me.
I couldn't do it.
No, fuck no.
I got friends in Alaska. Love you guys. Good luck up there.
Yep. I like getting a pizza at my house in 20 minutes.
I can't remember what my brother said he paid for a 12-pack of PBR up there. That it was absurd, like $36 or something.
What the hell are you talking about? Why would anyone move somewhere where PBR costs that much?
Exactly. Well, that's the fucking nail in the coffin right there.
Right.
I don't know. They give it to you free if you're in a rock band.
If a 12-pack of PBR was $30, then a 12-pack of Budweiser is probably got to be about $600 or something.
Man, I'd have to.
And logboat would be a $1 trillion.
Oh yeah, take out a loan. Yep, take out a loan on your igloo. I can't imagine. I
don't know. Maybe Canadian beer's cheaper since it's closer.
It might be. It is cheaper up there.
Who wants to drink Molson all day though?
I like Molson's all right, man. Molson's all right.
It's not bad. Yeah, Labatt's or Labatt's or however the hell fucking you pronounce that. I don't know.
They're Labatt's. I forgot about them, man. They used to drink the shit out of that like 512 years ago. Yeah. Whatever happened to that?
I don't know. I used to drink the same thing. Well, I grew up closer up north to like up by Chicago, and there's a lot of Labatt's around. Labatt's. I think
that's what it was, man. We was up by Michigan one time and started drinking the Labatt's up there because it was really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found it in like Columbia and shit like that when we were down there, and we were like, oh yeah, man, Labatt's, man, that shit was good. And it was a little more expensive down here, but it was still good.
Right.
We drank it for a couple of years.
Yeah, you get farther away from that shit. It's like I remember going to like Ireland in like '96, and like it was so funny seeing like the yuppies in Ireland like drinking Budweiser.
Like it's exotic over there.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, import. And it was like, fuck. And you get a Guinness for like £1, which is basically at that time was like $1, and then they'd pay like £3 or £4 for Guinness or for a Budweiser. It's like because it's import.
Why am I in the United States of America? Yeah. Let's go over there because I'll drink Guinness all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's like eating too at the same time.
It is. It's a meal.
It's a meal.
Just wake up in the morning, pound 3 Guinnesses. You got a good buzz, and you're pretty full. Mm-hmm. Wait till lunch to eat a sandwich.
Right, pork chop in a can. They say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fucking loving it. Just like, yeah, Guinness, fucking cheap. This is like the 90s when it was basically imports around here were new anyway. I was like, yeah, fuck, that's great. They were just looking at me like a peasant as an American because I was drinking Guinness.
That's funny.
Right.
What you're familiar with, I guess.
Yeah. But to them, it was just like porridge beer. It was just like,
well, you get too much of anything. Like I've told this story before. I had like a cousin that stayed with us all the time, and his family had a Angus farm. Mm-hmm. And every time he'd come stay with us, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm so glad we're eating stuff out of the microwave with you guys. Steak every night. We got a grill all the the time, and it was good fucking steak.
So tired of ribeyes.
Yeah.
Y'all freaking me out, man. Because if I had steak every night, well, I guess if I ate it every night, I'd be like, I'd want to eat some ramen fucking noodles or something.
Yeah.
I love steak. I love steak so much, man.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Anything, though. Too much of anything. I used to find, one thing about, like, history of the U.S., they used to serve, like, lobsters in America. It used to be, like, a total, like, shit food. They used to feed prisoners lobster.
Yeah.
And they would complain.
I heard something about that the other day,
Yeah.
actually.
They would complain about the fact they're eating these bugs from the ocean and how disgusting, and they were forced to eat lobster, like...
There's a lot of food
a
with like stories like that, though. Like ribs.
Yeah, they were a shit cut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were the bad cut. They were the throwaway cut.
Ribs started with the slaves and stuff. They gave them the shitty part of the thing.
Yep.
And then they learned how to cook it right. Now, we were talking about that at Red Lobster today. Now, Red Lobster, you go to Red Lobster for lunch, and it's like $150 if you have one fucking cocktail.
Crazy.
It's like, what the fuck is up with Red Lobster? I thought they had a fucking chain restaurant, man. It should cost like $60-$70 at the most. And it was like $158. I'm like, God damn it, man. I'm not even drunk.
Yeah, you're drunk and make it easier.
I went through McDonald's drive-thru with my kid the other day, and I don't go through there that much, but okay, every now and then I'm going to throw him a bone. He can have that just for the two of us, and nothing extraordinary. It was like $19 just to get 2 meals for me and my 10-year-old.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I didn't get anything extra.
That's why you should just dollar menu every time, man.
You got to. It's crazy, but it's it's consistent.
Or McRibs, just get 15 McRibs.
15 McRibs. That's the only way to go.
And those are terrible, but you still got to eat one every time it happens.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be paying for those in lots of ways.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ass blast. Wife hate me for it.
All the toilet paper hoarders making it difficult for us to eat McRibs. We are.
We're going to run out of toilet paper, just so you know, because of the coronavirus. Yeah. Start making plans for that.
What is up with that? We were looking at that earlier. It's like, I was looking at, who was it? Van Connor from Screaming Trees was talking about that up in Washington. Of course, Washington got hit by coronavirus, I guess, pretty good, or at least they think they have been.
Early. They got hit early.
Yeah, exactly. Got hit early. And then he's like, man, I was just in the grocery store and I saw like 3 women with like overloaded carts of toilet paper. It's like, well, why? It's almost like wrong flu, guys.
Yeah.
But what is going on with it? That's fucking strange.
I think it's people afraid they're just going to have to be shut-ins for a while. And, well, I'm going to shit.
It is.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, planning ahead, though. I'm glad I saved all of those Sweetwater catalogs through the years, so I've got that going for me.
Well, and you got some labels, too, it sounds like, if you get really desperate.
That's right. All the Rolling Pro labels.
Make a collage. I think there's a thing, too, to hoarding, where it's like, when people start stockpiling, it's almost like they'll start stockpiling just because they were told.
Absolutely.
That this is something that people are stockpiling. And they don't even know why they're doing it.
Right.
It's like, I'm not really going to use this, but I'm told this is a hot commodity. I'm told this is something I need to put back. And then they go buy shit tons of it. And why do you have it? Right. I don't know.
Well, it's funny how often people will just kind of go along with something just because somebody else says, well, this is what you're supposed to do. Okay, I'll do that.
I believe that's called television and social media. It's been doing it for a few decades now. It's been controlling a lot of people's impulse buying and stuff like that.
One of my favorite examples was when I was working in retail and a woman brought her, I don't remember what she was buying, but she gave me her credit card and she had written on the back CID, because I know somebody had just told her to write CID, but it was like the letters, capital C, capital I, capital D.
Oh, God. That's awesome.
And I'm like, I know what happened here.
That's we should vote her president.
We should.
Just as qualified.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She knows to write CID on the back of her credit card.
Sharp as a donut.
We're doomed. I don't know. It won't be that bad. It's interesting to watch, though. Shit. I don't really know. I don't think this coronavirus thing is going to kill us all by any means. Really don't. But, it is interesting to watch it unfold. I I don't think we should not watch it unfold.
Right.
I think it's perfectly fine.
Until the ringing bell saying, bring out your dead, then you know that's when you're going through bad times. Right now, we can still go get cheeseburgers down the street. We're fine.
Right. Mm-hmm. For now. Well, Missouri's kind of an island anyway. A lot of ways. We'll stay out of it.
We got a case, though. We got a coronavirus virus case here now.
Yeah, that's breaking news today, right? So what's up with that? Where was it? Did anybody find out where it was yet?
Well, the
patient
was
in Kansas City, right down the street.
St. Louis. The patient is in the hospital in St. Louis.
All right, good.
Yeah, it was a college student that had been studying abroad. They didn't say, or at least I didn't read where they were.
Oh, okay.
A college student.
Did they catch them off the plane?
I don't know.
Or just somebody like dying in the room going, I've got coronavirus, and then everybody around them had coronavirus, and then they called up the news and said, now you have coronavirus.
I guess we'll find out. But he brought it from somewhere else, so that's okay. It wasn't made here, according to, yeah. But he was a student, though. We don't know where he was from. Just that he's in St. Louis now in the hospital. This is like breaking today, right?
Yeah, he's in the hospital in St. Louis. Right.
Pretty sure they said he was descendant from Eskimos.
Oh my God, stop with this.
Inuit people.
Don't Mind Dying does not support Brian Craig's prejudice.
I love Eskimos. People. I'm talking. It's people from Chile that really freak me out.
Fuck them.
Right.
Yeah. Goddamn Argentinians. Falkland Islands, those guys. They screwed up back.
Yeah, they did.
I don't even remember what that was about.
I don't either. What was that about?
That was Britain had territory down there. Or am I thinking?
Yeah. So I kind of remember.
And they wanted to keep it or something like that. I don't know.
They wanted to get it back.
Right.
From an Eskimo.
Yep.
All I remember is like Robin Williams having a joke about it.
You out of your element, Eskimo. You wrong here in the fucking hemisphere.
Where do we go from there?
There we go from there.
Alaska.
So how long have you guys been together as a band anyway? So you've been together about 10 years, you said, right?
Well, with this band, like pretty much with me, Jason, BK, as being the core member since 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 8 years. We started Don't Mind Dying, and it was just kind of like just me and some other guys like just jamming blues tunes after like my old band Slugtail, my metal band.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of folded, and we were just like, let's just get some gigs, man, playing some blues shit around, the lake and fucking Columbia and shit and Jeff City and shit. And we were just playing some nasty blues, but then it mutated into something else. And then once Jason got in the band, then we started actually writing our own shit.
Your own stuff, yeah.
Damn, dude, why you gotta blow it this way, man? Man, he's over busting ass, and now he's blowing on me because we're on a podcast. Now they're gonna record this and tell Jesus about it.
We were worried about that, sitting so close, especially after Beer Fest today.
Yeah.
Been day drinking since noon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough. It's always rough.
I actually went and saw Don't Mind Dying for the first time about 2 weeks before I ended up in the band.
Okay.
And I was blown away. That would have been about this time of year because it was Byron's birthday party in 2012, I guess. And the drummer at the time was a guy that I just known and loved and respected since he was from a Jeff City guy, and I'm a Jeff City guy.
Oh, okay.
Jason Stegall.
Oh, yeah.
I was working on a little kind of a little project with him at the time, and he was telling me about Don't Mind Dying, and they had a show, and so I went, and I was just blown away with them. And then 2 weeks later, their guitar player, Kurt Otto, had to leave the band unexpectedly for personal reasons, abruptly. And they were looking for a guitar player, so I got a call and asked if I was interested in playing. Of course, I was immediately interested, and I learned about 20 songs in an afternoon on a Sunday afternoon, and then went and jammed with these guys for the first time on that Monday.
Yeah, he came in and knocked it out, and Stegall wasn't there because BK was there, and you were like, who the fuck is this drummer?
Yeah.
And then he heard him play and was like, oh, that's who this drummer is.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a beast.
Yeah, really good.
Brian Kent is
the best,
monster.
man. It really is. I've known him since we were little kids, and man, he blew me away when I literally he was 15 or 16 maybe. He played YYZ by Rush. Note for note by himself on a shitty ass drum set.
Yeah.
And killed it, and we're like little kids and shit. And he's listening like the Minutemen and Black Flag, and I listen to like the Cult or something.
Yeah,
but it was on MTV. Yeah.
He blew everybody away. And we're like, well, you're hired forever.
Right. Easy call. Yeah, I can see that. So the current kind of manifestation, so how many albums have you cut on that record, would you say?
One EP, one full album, and then like that single. Pretty much, because
when that was when I first joined the band, Rudy Brynack was the keyboard player, and he was a student at the time at Mizzou. And when he graduated school, moved to Los Angeles, we brought in Travis Farlow on keys.
Okay,
so Travis is definitely a very integral part of what we do. Travis joined us in 2014.
Yeah, right after that. Right after that album was made, because he's actually playing on the video for The Wound.
Yeah,
Travis is. So it was right. That was right after Rudy left, because Rudy's playing the keys. Actually, on every Don't Mind Dying video, there's somebody who's playing that's not actually playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Graham Greer, our bass player, departed 2 years ago, and so when we made the video for Swamp Ass, Hunter O'Donnell was our bass player at the time, and he played bass in the video, even though he did not play on the track. And then Graham rejoined the band,
and then he left again, and now we got Austin back.
Good videos, though, man. Great production. People like them.
Yeah, that's all Chip Gabera. Chip is, we've been friends with Chip for a really long time, and he's got some interesting visions.
We're probably going to use somebody else different on this next one, though, because we want to do something really, really weird.
Well, we don't want you to break tradition, so I'm going to volunteer John and I to fill in for you guys on the next video.
There we go. Yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be perfect.
I'm down for all of this.
I don't know if you've ever actually made a music video before, but I can tell you it's one of the most uncomfortable things ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
I always have a good time.
Nobody knows it. You can't tell it by watching, but in the video for The Wound, I'm totally copying a James Hetfield pose the whole time because I was too tall for the room that we were filming in, and I had to squat.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Yeah, no, we talked a little bit to the folks from Many Colored Death about doing a video shoot but we just had some funny ideas for it.
I have a part in every Many Colored Death video. So
yeah, I was going to say that. You guys do like a lot of crossover.
Hey, I'm a star in a Many Colored Death video.
So in the first Many Colored Death video, Brent had that 6x12 purple Byron cabinet, and I have a purple Byron head that sat on top of that cabinet. So I was kind of part of that video.
Oh, okay.
And then in the taco video, which obviously BC was featured in, they filmed all the training sequences at my house in my garage.
Did they? I was wondering about that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was good to see you guys lifting each other up in that. It was like, yeah, you guys are all doing it's cool to see all the other Columbia groups are together.
Yeah, man, those guys, the Many Colored Death, I feel like we kind of started doing this about the same time. I think that they were a little bit ahead of where I was in Don't Mind Dying, but they all started the same. So when things really started to spin, we were kind of spinning at the same time.
Yeah.
And we love those guys. They're like brothers and sisters to us.
Yeah. That's good. That's good to see. I mean, just the homies. And we talk about that on this podcast in general.
2/3 of Many Colored Death have actually played shows with Don't Mind Dying.
Yeah. And have been members of our band.
Yeah,
really? I didn't know
Preston played a show, at least one show. Did he play one show?
Preston has played at least 5 shows.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he did. He did at least 5 shows with us, and Brent played 1.
Well, Brent played the one show that I didn't make because I had an Interstellar show. I don't feel like it was 5.
At least 5. At least 5.
Yeah, I figured they played alongside you. But.
Well, they have, many times. But yeah, there was with the Galactic show. What was the name of that festival?
Galactic. That's when.
Right, but what was that? A festival?
Not Summerfest, but something like that.
Something. I had an Interstellar. It was around the time of the eclipse. I had an Interstellar Overdrive show, so Brent played for me, and there were a few times that Preston played bass.
No, for Kyle, because Kyle Day was in the band then. And he could make certain gigs, so Preston filled in at least 3 to 4 gigs.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I don't think it was.
He did at least 2 road shows with us, and he did the Longboat show with us.
Right.
Yeah, he did the Longboat show.
The outdoor Longboat show.
Yeah, and that was the first anniversary of Longboat.
Yeah, but then we did something out of town with his ass one time, too, in Jeff City or something.
Maybe, I don't remember. But we love them. That's the point of that is we love the Many Colored Death more than our own family.
Well, it's cool to see you guys lifting each other up. Just like I've talked about that before, just in the past. Like it used to be like little cliquey scenes in some towns and cities, like back in the early 90s where everybody was in competition.
Sure.
But now everybody's working just a lot harder to help each other. And that's, it's important.
I remember that competition thing in the 90s, and it was so refreshing when I joined Don't Mind Dying, because I can't tell you how many times when that first year that I played with Don't Mind Dying, that either we would be at Roxy's and Many Colored Death would be at the Bridge or vice versa. And we would just hang out in the alley in between sets and just chat all night and then pop in at each other's shows. So
yeah. That's a good thing. I think when you can realize that, and it's not a finite thing. It doesn't have to be. You can help each other out. But it's cool to see in the videos. Be cool to be part of that.
Except when you got to eat a bunch of tacos and you vomit all night long.
So you didn't chew and spit on that?
We really did shove a bunch of tacos in our face. And, there's some editing going on in that day, but we ate a lot of fucking tacos that day.
That is commitment.
Yeah, and I almost died. I mean, they literally called an ambulance.
Well,
they did not.
But you don't mind.
I actually had to go to work after eating all those tacos and dropped a big turd out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck. Well, at least it's Pepe's, if anything. They're good ones.
Rest in peace. We love Pepe's.
Pepe's just the greatest, and he's gone now.
Yeah, it sucks.
He didn't die. He just closed down.
He's still alive, but yeah.
He rest in peace. His tacos are dead. They're not there anymore. I was wondering about that. How much chew and spit went on or anything else. But so, hey, what else you got coming up here as far as shows and everything else? Anything you want to promote?
We don't have anything booked until May.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
supposed to play something in Jeff City here pretty soon at Sal's new bar, the Tavern down there.
Okay.
But we haven't set it up. It's going to be in April though.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is booked. We're kind of focusing right now on we've got a handful of songs that we've only played in our practice room, trying to get those ready out of the practice room and play live.
We got newer blood coming into the band right now too, so we had to back off from booking some shows because we'll be having Austin Safford playing bass with us now for a while.
Right on.
Probably till the end of time.
Cool.
You got any stuff coming up in KC anytime?
Man, we're going to. Like, we're going to get our asses down there here real quick just because we got fresh blood in the band right now. And, we're in a position where we can start getting a lot more gigs. And hopefully we can get everybody's schedules aligned because everybody's pretty busy and stuff with their own jobs and family and everything.
Right.
And we love playing KC. We love playing St. Louis and Springfield and stuff. We don't get to get out of Columbia much, because of those things.
Right.
We definitely want to get our asses down there a lot more this summer for sure,
Well, like you may already know, I live in KC, so.
Yeah. Put in a good word for us down there. And then
we definitely will.
Get us down there and we'll give you 10%.
All right. Cool. I think there's a lot of that same what we were just talking about with the bands supporting each other and artists supporting each other. We're seeing a lot of that going on there. So
yeah, good community.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Matt will work for liner notes.
That's it. That's a goal. All I ever wanted in doing the podcast. I just want to get in the liner notes.
Matt's always wanted to be in liner notes for an album. Been in one. So I've got that checked off. But Matt really wants to be in liner notes. That's all you got to do for him. So you're going to be recording some more stuff soon?
Yeah, we'll definitely be back in the studio with with Bruce who did the Rollin' Pro single, and actually he's done all of our first EP and our album that we did in 2017, 18. But and with Austin, we're hopefully gonna get all these songs tightened up. We were talking about putting out an EP just real quick or something. It's kind of why we threw out the single, and then we're like, man, I think we ought to just go in and just do full album. If we got the time to do it this summer, and might as well just record everything we can and try to pull out a full length.
That'd be great. I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we don't want to suck up your whole night or anything, but we really appreciate you having you on, man. And we had a good time chatting with you and looking forward to what's coming up.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having us. I'm glad we can finally get hooked up because, I'm like the most computarded human on planet Earth. It's just like...
Oh, you're fine.
I just get frustrated with the telephone and I want to break it and destroy it most of the time. But Jason, he actually knows about computers and stuff, so he doesn't get quite as frustrated as I do.
Well, reach out to us anytime, man. If anything you need help with or anything like that, we like to try and pimp people out as best we can.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.
Yay.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
we love you.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to Undetermined the Podcast. Special guest, Don't Mind Dying.
Thanks for having us, brothers. We'll see you soon.